Y'all, we are here. You are here. I want you to take all of the stress and the tension and the anxiety of the past few years and roll it into the excitement of the next few years, and I want you to give yourselves a huge cheer. Ready? 1, 2, 3, woo! And a round of applause. Thank you guys so much for bringing me back here. As they said in my introduction, I was once a student here. I remember walking these halls. This was like a long time ago, before Instagram or Facebook was even a thing. Let's just say when I was here, getting home to hear AOL tell me you've got mail was the most exciting thing you could hear after waiting 90 seconds to log on. It's amazing how things come full circle. When I went to West Millbrook, I was that awkward artsy kid. If you told me I would be up here many years later doing any kind of public speaking, I would have gone and hid. I wasn't really sure of myself or confident in who I was. But one really cool thing did happen when I was here in these very buildings. It was the thing that ended up defining the entire rest of my life leading up to this moment here with you. I decided I wanted to somehow, some way, change the world. What's really exciting for me is that I bet you all have that ambition too. Which is great because the world really, really needs you. I learned a lot on my journey to change the world, which started here, grew throughout high school at Sanderson, and continued growing as I went on to NC State University. You always understand things better looking back. You learn about what ended up mattering and what ended up not being so important after all. So I'm hoping I can save you some trouble by sharing what I've learned with you now as you start on your own path to high school and changing the world in your own way. The things that ended up not being so important after all included the brand of shoes or clothes I was wearing, that time I got harshly rejected by a boy that I liked, or those times I thought my braces made me too ugly to smile in photos. I found those old photos years later and realized I was kind of cute. It turns out that what really matters is just two things. Only two things made or broke every other aspect of my life. And when I focused on those two things, life was pretty amazing. These two things impacted how well I did in school, my ability to get a job later, my ability to make friends, and of course, my ability to change the world. I promise you that if you focus on these two things, that you'll see similar results or even better. The first important thing is to do good. As you go into high school, you realize you have great power, but we all know that comes with great responsibility. So what does it mean to do good? Testing, 1, 2. What does it mean to do good? It means looking around you. Let's try this. It means looking around you at your own street. Hold that thought. Be thinking about how you're going to change the world right now. Sometimes you just need new batteries. It's okay. It's all good. Lessons in life.
Grab 2 of those and let me hold 2.
And sometimes you just need a helping hand. All right. So, oh no, okay. Back to doing good. Okay, what does it mean to do good? It means looking around you at your own street, your city, and your world and asking yourself, how can I make it better? It's asking yourself, what makes you upset or angry or excited when you see the news on social media, on TV? Then asking yourself what unique talents you have and can use to do something about it. Doing good means making the decision to volunteer at the animal shelter when you see a sad story about dogs without a home. It means organizing a project to combat bullying when you see a friend or a peer in pain. It means picking up litter, helping your elderly neighbor carry their groceries, or offering a hand up to your fellow student when they trip on a crack in the sidewalk. Doing good is about taking action. It's about knowing what you care about and doing something about those things. The great thing about doing good is you don't have to wait until you're older. The world will often try to make you think that you do, and will try to make you believe that you're too young, too poor, or too inexperienced to make any real impact. But I've seen otherwise. I've seen people do good in some amazing ways. One person convinced Florida legislature to approve over $1 million in funding to support visually impaired children. Another raised $1 million for childhood cancer research by selling lemonade. One walked across the country to raise awareness and funds to support children experiencing homelessness. Another started a recycling company to keep trash out of the ocean. What's really amazing about all these people, though, is the thing they all had in common. Can you guess what it is? All of them were the age you are now, or younger, when they got started. The second important thing is to be kind. Being kind means knowing that everyone around you has their own struggles and choosing to love them anyway. It means deciding not to join in making fun of the kid with the weird hair. It means helping pick up the books another kid drops in the hallway. It means sharing your lunch with someone who's hungry. Being kind, like doing good, is also about action. But it's about a daily choice you make inside your heart and mind to look out for people. It's not always easy to do when you're having a bad day. But the magical thing is, when you do it, your day gets better too. Starting is simple. You can do it today. Before your day ends, choose one single person and ask them, how are you doing? What can I do to make your day better? In fact, I want you to practice right now. Turn to the person next to you and ask, how are you doing and what can I do to make your day better? Feels good, doesn't it? Guys, look, you already accomplished your goal for today. That's amazing. All right. Being kind also means being kind to yourself. It's important to be kind to yourself because guess what? You're someone too. I've had my share of struggles here in middle school. I didn't believe that I was smart enough. I didn't believe I was beautiful in my own skin. But I realized as I focused on these two things, doing good and being kind, the lies that I had told myself about how I wasn't good enough faded away, and I learned to love myself too. The world has a way of taking care of people who practice these two things. And I don't mean that in a magical sense. It's reality. Everyone around you is going through something of their own. When they see someone doing good and being kind, It brings them hope. It inspires them. It starts a ripple. And soon enough, others are being kind and doing good in your life too. If these words, do good, be kind, sound familiar, it's because you might have seen them before. You see, as you walk from the parking lot past the library towards the gym, you might catch a glimpse of a little orange sign in a window, a sign that reads, do good, be kind, and change the world. It's amazing how things come full circle. When I went to West Millbrook, I decided that I wanted to somehow, some way, change the world. So I went on to high school and college. I started volunteering for every cause that I could and figured out that if I could inspire others to volunteer too, I could make an even bigger impact. One summer, I saved up $800, it was not enough money, and went on a 2.5-month road trip across the country with my best friend, volunteering and doing acts of kindness in every state that we visited. I heard from every person on the trip how much the world needs more people to do good and to be kind. So I came home and I launched Activate Good, a nonprofit that has now helped mobilize 25,000 others to make an impact for almost 500 local charities. And 1 year ago, we started a project to put little orange signs around the city to remind people of their own power to do good and be kind. So the message that started here long ago has come home. But it doesn't belong to me. It's yours. And you can take it with you when you leave here. You can take it to high school, you can take it to college, on to your amazing future careers, with you on your travels and your adventures, and watch how something amazing starts to happen around you as you do good and be kind. You change the world. Thank you and good luck out there.